Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
Mike.
And today we're cracking open a new bottle of New Riff 8-year Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. So super excited to try this one. This one came out relatively new. Actually, it was released March 8th is when it came out. So we'll get right into the stuff. So this one we got for $69.99. Like I said, it is an 8-year bourbon. It comes in at 100 proof. It's made by the New Riff Distilling Company. It is 65% corn, 30% rye, 5% malted barley. This one does not want to come off. And this currently is their oldest version of bourbon that they've made yet. That's going to bug me.
This is currently probably the newest one that we've ever done.
What do you mean?
It come out last month?
Yeah, well, the one we just
That's
did
almost like a record for us.
Well, the one we just did yesterday, too, was it was new like that. I will get the plastic off. I don't have a choice on this one. It did not rip right. I'll play with it while I'm talking. So I'm super excited to try this one. Our New Riff single barrel was crazy good. I enjoyed that a lot. So I'm hoping that this just brings more of the happiness that are in there. We will see. So we only have it, and I have to give a shout out to super fan of the channel, Steve. This one came from Oklahoma. This has not, as far as we've known, been spotted around here yet. But he did see it in Oklahoma, and I was like, yes, please. In fact, I mentioned it to him before he left, and as soon as he landed, it was like the first place he stopped at actually had it. Yeah, it was there, and he goes, there was one left. He goes, so I grabbed it. I hope this was the right one. Like, he wasn't even sure. He just grabbed it. I'm like, very good, Steve. You did good. So we'll see how this one is.
He does do good. He's the happiest shopper we got.
Oh, he's the best. He is hands down the best shopper on the channel. Ooh, right off the nose. Have you even smelled it?
I did. Until I got tied up in plastic.
Yeah.
Well, what I was supposed to be really doing.
That one just stopped out. It wouldn't rip down. I don't know what happened. It has a very good nose coming out of there because, I mean, as you can see, I just fought with the opening, so it's not like it was pre-cracked. Let's get a sip. Now, I think our single barrel was a little bit higher proof. Oh, that's nice.
It's pretty easy. It's got a nice.
You say pretty easy, but then again, like there is still, I just took a little sip because sometimes it hits you in the wrong way on your very first sip. I mean, that is still all over my tongue, flavor-wise.
Easy meaning it's not a huge sparkle, rough, gravelly coming in.
Right.
It does stick around.
I took easy as like it was water-esque and it just went right down. Like there was still flavor on my tongue, and I only took a tiny.
I guess it's not like in like a typical It's not like a high rye pop rocky rough edge type deal.
It's 30% rye too.
I know that.
So it is.
So that's why I was expecting that.
Okay.
And because this is, and I'm like, it's not what I was thinking. I thought it was going to be a little kind of rougher around the edges.
Let me take a real sip. Because I took a little sip because I saw the rye content and I figured it was going to kind of light me up a little bit. There was a pop rocky feeling where it hit my tongue, but it was like right in the middle of my tongue. It didn't but I didn't swish it in that one. So
I don't know. It sticks around, but I don't find it rough.
Mm-mm. But then again, I don't think we've had anything from New Riff that I found rough. I think they do a bang-up job of everything we've tried so far.
Yeah, and there's a few of them like that.
Delightful.
Delightful? Oh. It is very good.
You know, because with that hit of that rye spice is what I'm going with it. Because I don't know if I would say 100 proof. I think I would. It's drinking slightly above that to me. I mean, this is actually very good. This is bringing me in my happy zone. Like usually when I'm up in like the 110 area, where it's just like, because I don't know if you could tell, I'm actually salivating over here because it's reacting on all. It has a nice flavor.
It does have that.
It's not giving me the wild ride. No. You know, there's no fruit aspect on that one.
That's what I was just trying to do this last sip and
to
see if there was something else. It's kind of can't really say one note because you get a different nose than you do flavor, but
it definitely ends with a nice oaky finish in the end of it too. It actually is.
But it's not a huge sweetness like some of them we had. Not so much by New Riff, but the last few we've done was sweeter.
It's still that sugary sweetness right in the very beginning. To me, I still get that like that rock candy sugar, like not so much a. Even with the thing, it's not even like a caramel.
Yeah, you do have that.
You have the caramel. It's not, but you don't have like a. I'm trying to think of what other sweetness we would go with, but it does have it's like a rock candy thickness on it. I don't know. I mean, this is super solid to me. I don't know. I think I don't know how big of a. I should have Googled a little bit more. Like I went right on their website just to see, what they had to say.
Spreads.
Well, I don't know how big of a, you know what I mean? Because again, this is like their core product. You know what I mean? Because I do believe. I don't want to mistake them from somebody else, but I do believe in the beginning they sourced, and then they've been doing their own for years now. But I think this is like their flagship. Like this is why 8 years is the most that they've ever done so far, because they're finally at that 8-year point where they can start
something like that on a bottle too.
Where they start shipping it out. You know what I mean? Because before it was their 6-year. There was something that was 6-year. It might even be their single barrel was 6. Something was 6-year, and that used to be their oldest, and now it's this 8-year bourbon.
I say it's very good.
Oh, I 100% agree. I mean, if I have any knock, and it's not really even a knock, it's just me and my craziness that I enjoy. It's not bringing that fruit and nuts and
it does not have a variety pack. I'll give
Correct.
you that.
I mean, it is super solid for what it is. So depending on how, and I mention that because I always say that's my right up my alley. But as far as it's very tasty. It's solid throughout. That flavor lasts on your tongue for a while. Like it's not. I mean, it has a decent finish. It's not heavily oaked though, considering it is an 8-year.
I was just thinking it's almost it's kind of like like an easiness of like the knob or even a Woodford type deal. You know what I mean? It's not
right.
It's not crazy ride like the Old Forester,
or it's not finishing where you're like, wow, that is oaky.
Right, but it's a steady Eddie.
Right.
It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
I guess those are the two that kind of jump to mind right off the bat on.
I actually like that knob.
Off the shelf
I like that
deal.
Knob idea. That's actually very good. We got the knob 9. It's a year older. That would be
it's pretty close to the proof.
Future
right?
Tom, write that down. That's actually a good. That's actually good Blind Fight Friday, to put that in there. Or if we found 2 other ones in that general time span, they're both 100 proof.
I haven't really had knob.
Look
in a
at
while.
you come up with the idea. They're both 100 proof. They're both. Well, we just had knob in one of them. On the last 100 proof one, I threw it in there. But this fits more in a category because it's right on the same years.
I agree.
Right around the same. Well, actually, knob is even a little bit cheaper.
It would be.
That's actually that's a perfect. If we were doing Blind Fight Friday, the way we used to, I will put it in the blinds, which is even better because we're not going to know what they are. But if we were doing
it's kind
of
reminding me a little bit of that's like not really rough around the edges either.
No,
and it's pretty much in every store. That's the bonus of that one per se. I don't know if this one will eventually make it.
Yeah, which brings me to that. Again, this just came out March 8th. So if you guys have had this or have seen this, I'll be curious to see on there.
Saying that, I didn't get a note from, I didn't get an email.
I don't think it's in mass yet.
And again, because he would have had this on there.
Right, so he picked this up in Oklahoma. So when I told him, I'm like, you're going somewhere new, so if you happen to see this, please grab me one. Because I knew, and it's right around, I think MSRP was like $67. So it's not like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it was right at the range of everything. So, well, knowing all the stuff in particular, and disregarding it, because even though if you go by the magical number, everyone says $10 a year, it's under. I mean, New Riff puts out a good product, though. They really do. Everything we've had so far.
And again, I'll still say the bottles.
I'm trying to think in my head. I don't remember what I paid for the single barrel, but I think it was a higher proof, and I think I like that a little bit better. And I certainly like the single malt because that just brings some funk to you, and that is just delicious. But
this is really an easy drinker.
No, again, I said we're going to do more new Riff, and if I didn't have probably 130 bottles under the table right now, I would. It is still on my hit list because I want to try their Rise. I want to try all their other stuff because everything we've had by them so far has been very, very good.
That pile does deter you from doing extra shopping.
Unfortunately, it's the good and the bad because we're not starved for bottles to crack stuff open. But on the other hand, I feel ashamed when I go and I bring more stuff home because it's just like,
where's it gonna end up?
I'm pouring sand into the beach.
It'll be next year's friggin' we get it. We'll get it now. It'll come out next year this time. So it's a plus and a minus.
Unfortunately, that's part of the problem. We have so many good ones. I want to bump other ones, but the ones we just did were good ones. So I'm just letting it ride at this point. So all right. So what do you think? What would you give? And this is gonna be a tricky grade for me because I do like this. But I like that wild ride. I like more of the funk on that. So I'll even go first, but I'm torn where I want to go with this. And you might actually be surprised at my grade. But due to the fact in my head, the limited complexity, and I'm at just a solid B on this one. Is that where you were going?
I was going B, and I wasn't going on like a negative. I'm going there because, yes, it does not have the wild ride, but the ease of this drink. And I think the years kind of mellows this out and makes it to where this is a nice, easy. There's going to be a lot of people like enjoying this and just not wanting the Ezra.
I will say that last sip I did a bigger one because I wanted to see, and I definitely you get an oakier presence at the end. The more you keep drinking this,
yes,
it may even open up to better than what it is.
A slight sweet to an oak finish for me.
Yeah,
a little bit of a maybe brown sugarous nose.
I'm just trying to think back to a lot of the ones we said B plus and A minus to. I think they were just a step above.
I don't know if that's there. To be honest,
I think I was actually
a straight B. I was toying B minus, but then I went.
Okay, so
I went B because of how easy this drinks to me.
And again, what we eventually do, you can leave a comment down below. Once you guys catch up to where we are on these things, eventually, what I wanted to do when we are giving these, so if we end up with like 4 Bs, regardless of the proof or the price, I'm going to put them up in one of the Sunday Fun Days or 4 B pluses or whatever we have, and then see. Whoever the winner is, it might be able to rank up a tier, just on there, just to see.
Or go down a tier.
Or how far off are we? Because once you put 4 of them together, we might be like, whoa, that is not even in the same league.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Compared to the other ones we did. So,
and that's happened a few times on a few different
It absolutely has. Well, there you go. We'll keep this one short and sweet because sometimes we've been running long on these lately. So here it is. This is the New Riff Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, the 8-year-old. Again, this is relatively new. Leave a comment down below if you do have access to this because I'll be curious how many of you guys have tried it. I mean, this is solid. There is nothing on there. It's just we've had actually so many good ones lately. It'll be interesting to see how this does crack up next to it.
And I'm with you even on a price. I don't think 70 is outrageous. It's an 8-year.
Yep.
It's an easy drinker, so I don't think they really outdid themselves.
No, I will say the more this sits in the glass, I am definitely getting a heavier caramel, and I'm getting more oak coming out as it's sitting in the glass. So this might be another one. I come back 2 weeks from now and go, where did this come from? You know what I mean? So I think this one's going to be one of the ones that improve after the fact that it got a little airtime. But it's not starting out bad to begin with.
No, it didn't.
Let's
put it
that way.
Off the bat,
so, well, there you go. There's the New Riff. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers.